they are going to indict Trump. And then I guess my question for the panel is, do you think Trump gets convicted in any of these jurisdictions?
The Georgia one is over the, I hope,
like interference or whatever
thing.
Yeah, the 2020 election when he was on the phone with state officials saying, "Hey, can you find votes?"
So that is a much, much, much more serious case than this garbage in New York.
Absolutely, they're trying to hit him with RICO charges.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty serious stuff. And again, it's I mean, if you follow the case at all, it's very clear that he wasn't intent on engaging in any sort of fraud, but they had thought that fraud had occurred because there were so many anomalies and problems that occurred in the election and so many questions that were raised. But obviously, one of Trump's greatest flaws, and this has been the case since he ran for office, is that he's very imprecise and he says things that allow you to easily misinterpret what his actual intent is.
Or intentionally.
Well, yeah.
Pull out of context.
So, in his pursuit for what was really a sort of a righteous cause and saying, hey, we think that there was a mistake that was made with a certain number of votes, find out what's true, what's not. They're misinterpreting the entire tenet of his phone call, his team's investigation, to frame it as though he was trying to rig the outcome of the election when he wasn't. He was simply trying to discover whether or not election fraud had actually occurred.
But I don't think that matters. I think they will make up any reason to go after him. The documents thing, New York, they're going to convict him. I do not see a New York jury acquitting Donald Trump. I don't, and this is going to be in Georgia, but it's probably going to be in a more urban district, I imagine, when they bring him down. I don't know how he's going to, if he's going to try and, make some argument for a different venue in the state or something that's more favorable, which makes no sense. And then you also have the E. Jean Carroll thing where I guess Trump didn't show up. Is that what happened? Were you following that?
No.
All I saw was that people were tweeting Trump's a no-show at the E. Jean Carroll case. She's accusing him of rape from like 50 years ago or something. And yep, they got it in the courts.
I got this. You guys might not agree with this. This might be unpopular, but I do think that he was looking for votes. I mean, I do think that he was trying to look for, I think he was trying to pressure the state to throw the election to him. So that's why I think it's a much more serious case. But I mean, I will like plead ignorance that it's not something that I followed very closely. I just know the top lines like everybody else. It just is.
But how do you find votes? What does it even mean? Like in the worst possible interpretation.
I don't know that he had a specific plan for what he was trying to ask of them. I think he was just trying to exert his influence and say, do what you need to do. You're the Secretary of State. Do what you need to do to, do what you need to do. And I don't want to know what it is basically what he's saying. But you're going to find the votes to deliver Georgia to me. That's what I think he was trying to communicate. But you reported this out.
Well, so I mean, we have the full transcript of the call, so we know exactly what was said. And again, it's one of those things where Trump is Trump. He says some things that oftentimes can be misinterpreted, and I think that's what happened.